Hi, it's Tasha with The Purposeful You. Today we're gonna do a garden harvest in October. I honestly can't believe what is still growing. A lot of these vegetables like cucumbers and beans, I usually harvest back in September. So we're gonna be harvesting a lot of different things today with you. Carrots are one of those vegetables that you never know what you're gonna get when you go to pull it out. We grew some purple ones, some orange ones, white ones. So it's gonna be this whole experience together and I'm so excited to show you. And if you're new here, I'm Tasha and I love sharing backyard garden tips. I like to make it super simple so that you can do this whether you have a small garden or a large garden. It is so rewarding to grow your own food. And honestly, as the weather changes, I am having longer seasons than I've ever had before. And I want you to feel that passion and get inspired for next year to grow some of your own food. You can see in some of our other videos that we've done some fun things too, like we grew a pumpkin arch, we made a DIY trellis for some beautiful peas. It's just been so fun to experiment this year. So go and check out our channel to see what other videos might interest you. At the end of the video, I'm gonna lay out our whole harvest so you can see everything that we grew and maybe help you create your plan for 2024. Okay, let's get started. Let's go harvest some food in our garden. Here's a bit of a pano of the garden currently. So we're gonna be going through here, harvesting together today. I'm so excited as this is gonna be our biggest yield yet here in October. Looking at our squash bed here, I pruned this really well about a month ago and I'm so happy I did, as these are all new growth, and being in the Pacific Northwest, we're definitely gonna have some mildew on our leaves. So don't be afraid to prune hard in September because we're still getting some food. Look at this zucchini we're gonna harvest right now. Okay, let's harvest this zucchini together. Oh, I can't believe this in October. What a beautiful zucchini. You'll see here we have a few more zucchinis in this plant that are growing. So I'm just gonna leave them and see how much they will grow by November. Next up, we're gonna harvest some cucumbers. All right, I just picked this one cucumber. I don't want to pick too many yet because they're still growing and we have some sun in the forecast. So before you harvest in October, look at the sun. If things can still grow, that's a good sign to leave it, and pick it once the weather really turns. Next up, I'm gonna harvest 2 peppers. Check out the last few tomatoes here in October. I'm gonna harvest the ones that are ready or blush, and I'm gonna leave the last 2 green ones to see if they will ripen as we have sun the next couple weeks. One thing I love to make with these beautiful heirloom tomatoes is avocado toast with a little bit of pickled red onion on top. I'm now gonna harvest the final bush beans of the season. It just keeps going. This is one of our tomato beds. Now I'm going to be taking out all these plants as there's no more tomatoes. I'm going to leave the marigolds for the birds as they love the seeds. It's amazing food for birds in the winter time. So if there's a lot of flowers in your garden, just leave them. A messy garden is a healthy garden. The other thing I'm going to be doing today is picking the carrots that we grew in this bed, as well as the basil, as it's becoming a little bit cooler at nighttime and they do not like cooler temperatures. If you don't know what to do with basil, you can also freeze it if you're not ready to make a meal right then and there. I just harvested this basil here. One thing I do is I just cut the base. I don't actually take out the whole plant because there's a lot of nutrients for your microbes, for your microorganisms in your soil. So don't take out your plants. If you can, just cut it at the top. You're gonna mulch it over the winter. You're gonna add some compost and just get your soil really rich for next year. This year I tried something different and I planted carrots in the tomato bed. Let's see how big they actually grew and whether or not I'm gonna plant this again next year. Okay, you can see here, this was a tomato plant, this was a tomato plant, and I actually planted carrots along the irrigation. So let's see how big they grew. Hey, that isn't bad. This was a smaller variety, so I'm actually really happy with these, as to me, that was just dead space. All right, behind me is pole beans. Now, I did not plant these in the ground until July. Believe it or not, they are producing like crazy here in October, and I just can't believe it. So we've had a really warm October and a really warm September, which helped them grow. It's been a beautiful surprise, so let's go and harvest some pole beans. Here's just a few. Now, pole beans are a lot longer than bush beans. And you can saute these with butter, salt, and pepper, and they taste scrumptious. You can cut them up and freeze them as well. Next up, let's harvest beets. This is a monster white beet. Today we're going to harvest quite a few carrots. We do not want these to overwinter. I planted these in early spring to midsummer, and I really want them to be full of flavor still, not a whole bunch of cracks in it. So you don't want to leave your carrots in the ground too long. There's some carrots you can overwinter that you would have planted in September. It's also a sign when they get a little bit hairy here that it's time to pull. This year we grew a lot of these stunning purple carrots. Check them out. I had so much fun harvesting with you today. I have everything behind me. I can't wait to show it to you. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope that you learned something today. Maybe inspired you to add a few different vegetables to your 2024 garden plan. I'm also so thankful that you want to learn about backyard gardening. So please subscribe to our channel, like this video. Let's look and see what the whole harvest looks like now. I had to add it to a blanket because I need to be able to take it in somewhere. Check it out, all the carrots. We have the tomatoes, the cucamelons, the beets, the zucchini. There's a cucumber in there somewhere. We also have the peppers, the runner beans, pole beans, and bush beans, and of course the beautiful basil. It's so fun to sit around the food you've grown. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time.